Good afternoon, everyone. Early Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Um, First of all, I want to thank everybody. Last night, I just hit 50 subscribers on YouTube. So, as I stated before, I will be giving away this Jumbo Snorlax VMAX card. That was a mouthful. It's still in the plastic wrapper, shipping and handling included. All you have to do is like the video and comment down below what your favorite Resident Evil game is. Without further ado, we'll get into this video. So, basically, actually, before we do that, I'm gonna start making a dumpster fire category. All right, so boom. All right, so now, oh, I misspelled dumpster. All right, so now we can get into this, and without further ado, the first game, not that I have played, but the first game that goes into the dumpster fire category, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. That game was horrendous. That game was so bad. I literally played it for like, I think I played it, I did a whole entire playthrough. It took me like 2 or 3 hours. And I was like, no, and I just ended up returning it. Like, it was horrendous. So, we'll get into a little bit better. Let's go with, we can go with the original Resident Evil, right? So, I'd put it at a C category. There was, I mean, obviously there was like a little bit of or very big of a difference for gameplay back then as there are today. But the overall story was good, and if it was just for like the story and the background stuff, I could give it like a B or an A. Yeah, it wasn't like a super over memorable Resident Evil for me. It was kind of just average. Let's see. Ooh, let's go into the original Resident Evil 2. So the very first one. I remember playing this game on the N64 as well as the PlayStation. This game creeped me out, and like, because I think I played this when I was like 6 or 7. So like I was always creeped out when I played this game, but I thought it was cool. I don't remember in the new one because I've only played it through once, but I remember in the original you could like change your blood color to like green, blue, red, or orange and stuff like that, and you could change like the animations and whatnot. So that game was pretty cool. All right, let's go into Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 goes into the D category. When I was younger, what year did that come out? I think that came out when I was in like 8th grade or something like that. Maybe a freshman in high school. I don't remember exactly what year it was. But I remember when it first came out, I was like, oh, this game is super cool, like blah, blah, blah. And like I thought it was like super cool. I still didn't think it was as good as Resident Evil 4, but now as I got older and I replayed it, I was like, yo, what was I thinking? Like, I was out of my mind. That game was not as good as I remember it to be. So that is why it is in the D category. Now we'll go with Resident Evil Nemesis. I'll put Resident Evil Nemesis in B category. It's definitely memorable like Resident Evil 2, but the it was just like a little bit off to me. Like it I don't think it was like a a well-rounded of a game as like Resident Evil was. So that's why I'd probably put it in the B category. Now I'll go for the remakes of each one. So Resident Evil 2 Remake, and where to go? Resident Evil 3 Remake will also be in the B category. So it took everything from the originals, and basically there's like a tiny bit of a nostalgia when I was playing them, but overall most of the nostalgia was gone. So instead of being at like maybe like an A category, I have to put those in a B category. Next, 4, the GOAT of all Resident Evil games. So, Resident Evil 4, by far, like, until probably the day that I die, will be my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. And I really hope whenever they do remake it, I think it's supposed to be sometime in 2022. If not, it'll probably be like early 2023. But this game is by far my favorite Resident Evil of all time. Like, I've played this game so many times, like, I think I've played through it at least 100 times, like, from beginning to end. I mean, I've played through it in a whole entire week 24 times when I was speedrunning it. So, like, I can speedrun it, I can play it slow, I can play it on easy, I play it on professional. Like, it's just a really fun game all around for me, and it just, like, never gets old. Every once in a while, I'll take, like, a break from it and play something else, but I always find myself coming back to that game, and I still enjoy it till this day. Now, let's go with Resident Evil Biohazard. I'll put Resident Evil Biohazard in A category because that is honestly the first, I would say, survival horror game that Capcom has put out, at least in the Resident Evil line, that actually was a survival horror game, or it felt like a survival horror game. So the ammo was hard to find, like the weapons did like little damage, like you had some crazy dude. Actually, I think on most of the levels you had like people like following you around in some way, shape, or form, and it was just like you're always just like, what's around the corner, what's around the corner, what's around the corner. And then Jack, that dude, whew, back to what I was saying, Jack would literally follow you around this house, and it was quite nerve-wracking. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like, oh dang, is he gonna be around the corner? Or like, you would knock him down, you would shoot him until you did enough damage, and then he would like fall down, and be like, okay, well maybe I don't have to mess with him for a while. Like 2 minutes later, you walk out of a room, and he just like beating you the fuck up. Yeah, that was, I feel like, a Resident Evil game, and that's the best one since 4 by far. By far. Let's go into Reverse. So, this game, the last time I seen it, I think it was like a week or two ago. Like, it's still not released, and it was supposed to be released like 2 months ago. So, I don't really take off points for that, because like I'd rather them release a completed game that's functional in order for me to play it, instead of them releasing it and like rushing to release it, then it comes out and it's just a complete mess. So the concept of the game seems really fun, but I don't know exactly how it'll play once I play it. So for right now, I'd probably, if I had to assume, it'd have to be in the C category. Alright, Resident Evil 6, dumpster fire category. That game sucked so bad. Like, the monsters they had in it, like, I get it, it's a fictional game, but for a Resident Evil game, like, everything was, like, it felt like it was out of place for the most part. There were some that were like, okay, yeah, I can see this being in, like, the Resident Evil franchise. But not only that, the worst part of the game, it didn't feel like a horror game or a survival horror game or any category that Resident Evil is supposed to be part of. It just didn't. It played more of like a Call of Duty. You're like running and sliding around and doing all this other, like, moving and shooting. And it's like, it took everything that made Resident Evil a good, like, survival horror game and just like threw it out the window and like, oh hey, yeah, we suck now. So, yeah, Resident Evil 6, dumpster fire. Resident Evil Village. if I had an A plus category, because I don't want to give it an S, but I also don't want to give it an A. But Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village, was probably my second favorite Resident Evil of all time. But I'll put it in the A category for right now. Like, they had a good story behind it. Granted, some of the things didn't make sense. Like, oh, hey, I just got my hand chopped off, my sleeve is cut, and then I'm just gonna pour some liquid on it, and then, like, not only my hand but my jacket that was cut, like, mended back together. That made no sense because obviously the jacket isn't affected by black mold. So besides that, there are like a couple other like holes within the story and like crazy stuff that happens. It's like that makes zero sense regardless of like whatever. So that, but besides those things, like the story was good. There was a few jump scares. Like I remember the first time I went to open that thing, open the bar door, and Lady Dimitrescu just like slices off your hand. Like I jumped a little bit because I wasn't expecting that. I knew something was coming, I just didn't know what. So like he went to go push the thing up and he's like, shoo! I was like, yo, what? That's crazy. And then she's just like chasing you around the castle the whole time. So it gave a little bit more of that urgency to get out of the castle. So that was really fun. My least favorite part of the game though was that damn baby. That baby gives me the creeps. Like anytime I play that game, I hurry through that as fast as I can. I don't look at the baby. Nothing with the baby. I just run. I run, do whatever I gotta do, and get up the elevator and don't even look at it. Like, it just gives me chills. Ugh. Alright. Enough about Resident Evil 8. It's in the A category. It's a solid game, and I would put it between an A and an S. So Resident Evil 0, I didn't play this game a whole lot, but I didn't have any like issues with it. So I'll put it in the C category, or C tier, whichever one you want to say. It was a good game, but like I said, I only played through it once, so it wasn't super out. It didn't stand out a lot to me or anything like special, so I could put it in the C category and feel okay about it. But that about wraps this video up. I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you know whenever I publish a new movie. Not a movie, sorry. Drop a new video. And also, don't forget, if you want to get this Snorlax, this Jumbo Snorlax VMAX card, let me know down in the comments what your favorite Resident Evil game is, and also like this video. And then I will put everybody that does into a drawing, and then I will pick somebody probably within like the next like 5 days or so, or 3 days or so. And then I'll get in contact with you, and then I can send it to you through the mail, send it to a P.O. box or like whatever is the case. But that about wraps it up. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. You enjoy your Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate, and stay safe out there. Later.